What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Asheville Fitness Podcast. My name is Ricky Schick, and this channel is all about getting into the best shape of your life, getting shredded, right? Losing body fat and putting on muscle mass. So if you guys not have done so already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you stay up to date with everything we got going on the Asheville Fitness Podcast. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can guaranteed drop 10 to 15 pounds. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Rick, this seems like clickbait. How am I going to drop 10 to 15 pounds guaranteed? Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to talk to you guys today about, getting the right workout plan and getting into the right diet frame, right? I feel like there's a million videos on that topic. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is alternative things that you can do to drop 10 to 15 pounds. And I can guarantee if you do these alternative things, yes, you are going to drop weight. Guaranteed every single time. Okay, so what's the first thing you can do that's going to help you drop 10 to 15 pounds? So when I was getting ready for my first show, right? Or even better yet, when I was a trainer, I had this habit of keeping a ton of junk food in the cabinets, right? I would go do my daily meal prepping shopping, and what I would do was, along with the meal prep stuff that I would get, I would, throw in some Doritos. I would, maybe get a DiGiorno pizza, and I would justify it, one way or another, saying, oh, I do some extra cardio. I figure something out, right? And lo and behold, I had this habit. You see, when something bad would happen or, something inconvenient would happen, my emotional response wasn't really to get necessarily angry at the situation. It would be simply, I would go into my cabinet and I would go get said bag of Doritos, right? And said DiGiorno pizza in the fridge, and I would eat it, right? I was an emotional eater, right? And to this day, I'm still an emotional eater. So I know the habits that I wind up doing, right? So when I was getting ready for my contest, one of the things I did that really helped me not sabotage myself was when I went to go buy my meal preps, right? I would not buy any kind of snacks that I knew was going to sabotage me, because most people, they do this thing is they're good for a couple of days and then something happens and then voila, they sabotage themselves, right? They go into the cabinet and they eat a ton of junk food and they don't know why they can't drop 10 to 15 pounds. So what that's going to do is it's going to help stop sabotaging you, right? If you can stop sabotaging yourself by stop eating the junk food, you're going to do a lot for your body, right? It's going to be really good for you. Anyway, so what's the next thing you can do? Here's a big thing that I see a lot of clients do that they really shouldn't do is they don't listen to their hunger signals, right? So when I was working with some clients, right, we would always talk about, hey, how can I drop weight faster? What's one thing I can do? Now, originally, when I was a trainer and I would work with people, I didn't understand that they had absolutely zero concept of what a macronutrient was, right? You think you can have all the science in the world, you can have all the calorie, experience in the world, and you can say, okay, Jenny, here's what you're going to do. You're going to eat 1,500 calories and this many grams of protein and this much fat and this many carbs. And guess what? This is going to guarantee you help lose weight, right? Well, here's the thing. Jenny has zero concept of how to count calories and what that's all about, right? So you can give that plan to her. That doesn't mean that A, she's going to be able to follow it, and B, that doesn't mean she's going to be successful in that endeavor, right? So one of the things that I teach a lot of my clients, right, is baby steps. I teach them, hey, how about instead of eating when you think you're hungry, right? Eat when you know you're hungry. Really pay attention to your hunger signals and eat when you're actually hungry versus when you're bored. And tell them to keep track of that, right? And I would advise you to keep track of that as well. Maybe you can, really pay attention and ask yourself, am I eating because I'm bored? Or am I eating because I'm legitimately hungry? And you'll find out that you really only need 3 meals a day and you're satisfied. And when you go and eat until you're satiated, right? Not when you're, so full, right? right? That you're so full and you're like, wow, I had that whole pie of pizza, right? Instead of having a whole pie of pizza, maybe have 3 slices, right? Eat until you're satiated. Pay attention to those hunger signals, and you'll be so surprised at the amount of weight you'll drop just because you're not excess eating. So what are you doing? You're not eating excess junk food in there anymore, and you're listening to hunger signals. So now you're starting to get control over your diet, right? Those are things you can implement, right? What's another thing you can do? Okay, so I tell my clients all the time that this is going to be your secret weapon to weight loss, right? And that is sleep, right? Sleep, plain and simple. If you are not getting sleep, like good quality, like 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night, guess what? You're going to have a very, very hard time burning body fat and putting on muscle. Any trainer will tell you that, right? It's just simple science. It's just how the body works, right? You need sleep. And some of you will say, well, I have a hard time sleeping and I can never get, past 5 hours of sleep. And then I would ask them these questions. So let me ask you a question. What's the temperature like in your room? 1. 2, is your room pitch black? And 3, are you overstimulated before you went to bed, right? And they would say, well, the temperature in my room is like 75 degrees. I have, a bunch of lights in the room, like I have a clock, and, my window really isn't blacked out. And I would say, okay, hold on. We can solve this problem. Maybe we can't get, your 8 hours of sleep, but maybe we can help you get into a deeper sleep. And here's what you do. What you do is you put the room to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, right? That is the body's natural sleeping temperature because the body needs to cool down, right? If the body, right, is sleeping and it's like 71 degrees, right? You're really not going to drop that much deep into REM sleep, right? You're not going to go as deep as you want to go, and you need that deep REM sleep, right? Also, if you have any kind of light in your room, even if your eyelids are closed, guess what? You're not going to be able to drop into a deeper REM sleep that you want to, right? To get that good quality sleep. How do I know this? Because I am a high maintenance sleeper and I need it super cold, super dark, and I need about 7 different pillows. And honey, if you touch me, guess what? I am getting up and I'm going to be up all night long. So that's one way that you can get greater quality sleep. That's going to help you lose the weight. What's another thing you can do? Get in a good walking routine, right? I'm not talking about working out and cardio. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, figuring out your diet plan. I'm giving you alternatives here that's going to help you lose the weight. Get on a good walking regimen, right? The biggest thing that helped me get to, sub 8% body fat, sub 7% body fat when I was going into my show wasn't hours of cardio. I was walking 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day. What can you do with 30 minutes a day, right? You can go for a walk around your neighborhood, listen to a podcast, right? Go walking with a friend, go walk your dog. And what's that's going to do? That's going to increase your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, right? And what that is going to do is that's going to help you burn off body fat. And a fun bonus tip, did you know that if you walk up to 1,100 steps a day, right, extra than you normally do, your cause death mortality rate goes down, right? Your chances of dying go down by about 10%, right? Don't quote me on that. I heard that from somewhere. I just wanted to throw that in there as a bonus thing. I can't quote the study because I don't remember the study. I read it about a week ago, but it was super helpful. I'll actually cite it down below because the future me probably knows it better than me. Anyway, guys, I hope this was super helpful for you. What I want you to do is I want you to take all of this information and I want you to apply one thing at a time. And I can guarantee you that if you put these principles into practice, you will guaranteed be able to drop lots and lots of weight, right? And this, not just this alone, if you get into a good exercise program and you get on a good diet program and then you implement these techniques, listen, you're going to lose all the weight that you want and you're going to get into the best shape of your life. That I can guarantee. Guys, you know the deal. Love your body, love your mind, and love your soul. And stay happy.